how I live my life, and how I want you guys to go out there today as a lifetime team, and I've been so proud of you. My favorite story, I went to U of M.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I know it's so, you know it's something to you.
So I can be friends with anybody, but this is a story about U of M. And in 1981, Bo Schembechler was the coach, and he was my favorite coach. And as you know, Bo was pretty playery coach. And all summer long, even Sports Illustrated said they were going to be the national champs. They were going to be number one. This was the year. It was like in football, you get a team where you get like all 50-year seniors, and they were loaded. This team had everything. Well, the captain of the team that year was a kid from Ohio named Andy Cannavino. He was a big linebacker out of Ohio, supposed to be All-American. So Bo's team was going to crush everybody. That was the plan. So they played the first game of the year against Notre Dame. Anybody from Notre Dame? That was, yeah, you guys can come on in. You can sit down. So anyways, they played Notre Dame, and we lost on a field goal. This guy, Reggie Ho, is a Vietnamese immigrant, kicked like a 53-yard field goal to win the game. So Michigan's 0-1, not good. Then they played the second game against Northwestern, who they're supposed to like demolish every year. That was back then. And they lost to Northwestern. So what's going on here? So they go into the third game of the year, and they play East Carolina State. You know how everybody throws a team on they're supposed to demolish, and they lost. So all of a sudden, this team is supposed to be number one. They're losing. So Bo had a meeting kind of like this on a Sunday morning. I guess he was had a bad temper. And he had all his coaches in, so everyone's afraid to look at him. They're all looking at the floor because he's like going, "What the hell is wrong with this team?" And everybody knows, well, they weren't going to talk to him. They thought he'd get fired. So finally, an student coach raised his hand. And the student coach said, "We have an attitude problem on this team, coach." He looked and he said, "Attitude problem? Who's got this attitude problem? The coach? Is it the players? I want to know right now." He said, "Well, the problem is your captain, Andy Cannavino." So Bo dismissed the meeting, and they said, "Find Andy Cannavino." So they fanned out across campus, dragged him into his coach's office. And he said, "Andy, I understand we have an attitude problem on this team." And he said, "Yes, sir, we do." And he said, "Well, tell me about it." He goes, "Well, coach, when I came here 5 years ago, football was fun. But in the last year, it hasn't been fun. You've worked this so hard this summer. You put such expectations on us. We're all beat up. We've been practicing too long. We watched too much film. We're just, we're all wore out." And he looks at him and he says, "Andy," did you say any of this to the team?" He said, "Yes, sir, I have." And so he takes like a deep breath. And he goes, "Andy," he goes, "I picked you to represent me out there." This is where I'm going with this. You guys are all representing each other and myself today. You represent me out there in church. You represent me in class and everything else. And when people are hearing this, it reflects on the whole team. He said, "But I picked you to be captain for a reason. Let's pretend that 100 years of captains were in this room today. All the ghosts of Michigan past were in the room. And they heard you say that football's not fun at Michigan. It's too much work. What would they say?" He goes, "Andy, they'd say you're a lousy fucking leader." And I say, this guy, huge guy, just crying like a baby. And he said, "Coach, I understand where you're coming from. It'll never happen again." From that day, Bo tells the story, he went out, Andy was captain of the defense. They set a Michigan record, 8 straight games without a touchdown. Nobody can score on that team. They ended up making it to the Rose Bowl and winning the Rose Bowl. And to this day, they say Andy was the greatest captain. The moral of the story, Coach Bo said it was his fault, not Andy's. Because he never explained his role in life and how important attitude was. And once he explained it to Andy that really life is about attitude. It's about what you bring to a situation. It's about how you coach it. Same thing today. I hope you guys all have killer attitude. You did a great job on this. You did a great job on training for it, and we're going to kill it. But what I'm hoping for today, when you cross that line, I hope to be there to hug each and every one of you. The way the kind of plan's going to work is, if I beat everybody to the halfway mark, I'm going to stop and hug you coming in. If you beat me, you stop and hug me. Okay? And whoever gets their first turns, the lifetime team, if you see each other out there, give each other the go, support each other, it's going to be great. So I just had to bring a present today. And
alcohol?
You wish.
That was more. That was like,
got the most important part, eat nails. What I mean here, what I want you to do today, is here's how the logistics gonna work. We're gonna get everybody together for a team picture, and then you can get ready and on your own head out, find your place in the corral. It's gonna be awesome out there. 30,000 people, you have no idea how packed that is. I mean, we look like we're a lot of people, you won't see each other. And the excitement will hit you when they start going. Do not sprint that first mile of you. Do not. Just do not sprint that first mile. Even Ken Getz, one of my Ironman. Except for you, Bill. Except for you, Bill. Ken Getz, one of our Ironman, ran Chicago last week, and he got caught up in it. And he blew up at the end of mile 18. He just got caught up in it. He went out at a 5:30 miles. Do not sprint that first mile. And break your race up into thirds. Go easy the first third, pick it up the second. And the last thing I'm going to tell you, I was telling some people in the hall, it's going to hurt, especially for the marathoners. You'll know, and I want you to remember this part of the what the nails are for. It's going to hurt somewhere around 18 to 22, and your body will say, slow down. Don't slow down. For the half marathoners, it'll hit you around 9 or 10. Don't slow down. Your body, your quads are breaking down, your body's breaking down, but you can push through it. And if you push through it, you're going to pass hundreds of people and have a great race. Okay, so with that, let's get our picture and then go out there and kill them.